Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Respected students, welcome to my Arabic teacher, Ahsanul Qawa'id, lesson 30, part 1. Your teacher is Fakhrul Islam. Bismillahir Rahim. Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Let's begin inshallah. Okay, here we are going to learn something different. Lesson 30 means it's almost end of the book. Okay, there are only 30 lessons or 31 lessons. Okay, different prints, different book, but same writer. In different prints, in some prints he said it's 30 lessons, he divided whole book in 30 lessons. Some book is divided into 31 lessons. So lesson 30 is almost end of the book. Okay, so what I did, I've divided the lesson 30 into few parts. So this is the part 1, lesson 30, part 1. Why did I do that? Why did I divide the lesson 30 into different parts? Because it's a long chapter, long topic, and there's a lot of work. So because my work is for beginners, I'm making these videos for the beginners to help them to learn Quran, read Quran. So I can get the ajr, and those brothers and sisters helping me to spread this, they can get ajr as well, reward. So because my aim is for the children and it's for the beginners, now it doesn't matter, even we can be even adults. Some adults are learning, they didn't learn Quran when they were young, or they can be new Muslims, so they are learning Quran. So because my aim is for the newly learners, so for them I made it small topics so they can learn it quickly and it's not too much for them. Okay, so let's begin inshallah. Here in this topic in lesson 30, look, there is a small note written by the writer. He said it should be explained to the children, means learners, the way in which one should stop at the end of the word. End of the word. So every single sentence has a circle or some sort of stops there. And the last word nearer to the stop, how do you stop on that word? So that's why he said word. Okay, the sounding of the last letter. So every single sentence has a last letter. So how would that make sound? How does it sound like? So this everything the teacher should explain. So I will explain inshallah. I will act upon the note what writer said. Okay, let's begin inshallah. So first sentence he gave, A'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. This is a common sentence where children often learn it without even knowing that it's a Quranic sentence or Arabic sentence. They learn it from their parents because it's a common dua they learn it. Okay, so how do you say it? This is actually a sentence you use it for Quran. Okay, even though you use it for many other things, many other du'as as a dua, but it's actually a sentence of the Quran. So whenever you start a surah, you say A'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. So that requires for a child or for the person to learn it properly. If he doesn't know it properly, then he might say something wrong. And you know that if Quran been wrong Quran been read in a wrong way, then it's not good, because Quran you read in the right way to get some reward. Yeah, and if you read the wrong way, then you might not get the reward. Okay, so a'udhu, that's one word. Billahi, that's two words together. Bi is one word on its own. Allah is one word on its own. Min is one word. Ash-shaytan is one word, and ar-rajim is one word. So all of them together makes a sentence. A'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. But the writer, he asked me to explain to you that what's happening to the mim, because mim is the last letter of the sentence. If you say rajimi, can you see rajimi nearer to the circle? It says rajimi. So rajimi is the last word. So he said, I need to explain to you end of the word and the sound of the last letter. So rajimi is the last word and mim is the last letter of the sentence. So when you stop on the mim, you don't read it me anymore. You don't read it rajimi anymore. Yeah, if you say rajimi, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You won't get sin for it. But the style is when you're stopping, you make the last letter sakin. You make the last letter sakin. Sakin means as if it has a sukun on it. Okay. So last letter, the mim will join to the jim. So can you see jim? The jim, the letter jim. Can you see? Ar-rajim, rajim. So jim is actually joining to the ya and joining to the mim together because it's stopping. Otherwise, it's jimi. Okay, so how does that meme make sounds? Meme becomes sakin and joins to the jim, and you don't say me, you say jim. That sound you make. Okay, so say with me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Second time. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Make sure you stretch the jim a lot. Okay, that's called smooth stopping. When you're driving a car, if you're adult learners, you will understand what I mean. If you're driving a car, you don't suddenly brake. You brake smoothly, slowly, and that's how you will stop. Jim. Otherwise, if you say jim, that's like a sudden brake, emergency stop. An emergency stop, you don't do that in the Quran. Okay, so third time. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Okay, that's a circle, and circle represents a stop in the Quran. Another one more thing I need to tell you, my friends, that in the Quran, the number of the sentence, where do they write it? Do they write it at the beginning of the sentence, or do they write it after the sentence? Often, it's not only children, adults are also confused. They think the number is written before it, but actually the number of the verse is written after the sentence. So if you open your Quran now, you will see the number is written. So go to Surah Fatiha, open Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, and see where is number 1 written. Is it at the beginning or is it at the end? So in Quran, number of the verse been written after the sentence. That's something you have to remember. Do you know why I'm telling you? Because often when I'm teaching online, I say to the children, open ayat 59. Open ayat 59. Okay, so what do? They open 59, but they reading the ayat next, ayat coming after it. Okay, so basically the 59 is actually coming at the end of the verse. So that means whatever verse is ending, that says 59. So that verse they need to read. So what they do, children they read the following sentence, which is wrong. So they don't know where the number should be. So number of the sentence in the Quran is been written after the sentence. So if anyone says 59, so whatever the sentence before 59, that is the sentence is 59. If somebody says sentence number 10, so whatever the 10 written is the sentence before the 10, that sentence is sentence number 10. Okay, that's in the Quran how it's been given. Okay, but I'm talking about Arabic Quran, by the way. If it's English Quran translation you're opening, then sentence number given in the English way, like in usual, the number comes first and then sentence comes after. Okay, so I'm talking about Arabic. Okay, so A'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. That's done. Okay, and circle is the stop. Next sentence. Qul huwallahu ahad. Qul huwallahu ahad. Huwallahu. People say Qul huwallahu. It's not Allahu. Check it properly today. It's wallahu. Huwallahu. Wow joining to the word of Allah. Okay. Qul huwallahu ahad. Ahadun. It was written ahadun. Question. Student will ask me, Ustaz, it's ahadun. Yes, it is ahadun. But the stopping way, the style of stopping, you make the last letter sakin. So how do you do it sakin? You make the dal sakin, means dal joining to the ha. So we will say had. So it will be ahad rather than ahadun. Okay. So qul huwallahu ahad. Okay, but originally it's ahadun. You have to remember the original as well in the head. So every student, they have to remember the original ending of every sentence. Yes, when teacher asks them, they have to say it's not ahad, it's ahadun originally. But due to stop, it became ahad. That much information every beginner student needs to know. Okay, next sentence. Min khawf. Min khawf. Okay, can you see? I'm saying it. It's actually min khawfin. Can you see? I can see clearly the fa got 2 kasra. Ahadun got 2 dhamma. Khawfin got 2 kasra. Fa got 2 kasra. But you will not read min khawfin. But as I said earlier, if you say khawfin, it's not a problem. No problem. But you didn't follow the style of Quran. If you stop, then you have to make the last letter sakin. Okay, that's the style of the Quran. That's the rule of the Quran. Okay, so you will say again with me. Let's repeat a few times. Min khawf, min khawf, min khawf. Okay, if anybody asks you, you will say it's originally khawfin, min khawfin, but due to stop, it becomes khawf. Why? Because the rule teaches you, grammar teaches you, Arabic grammar, Arabic rule, tajweed, all of those teaches you that when you stop on an Arabic word, the last letter becomes sakin. So that's why fa becomes sakin and it joined to the ha. So ha, fa and waw. Can you see? The after ha, the waw and the fa, these both of them are joining to the ha. So you say khawf, khawf. Okay? I'm stretching, that's why it's oof. Otherwise it's khawf, khawf. Yeah, like that. Okay, next. But make sure you stretch as well. You have to stretch, it's a must. Next. وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا Jannatin. Make sure you do the gunna on the nun. I taught you in already lesson 26, I think lesson 25 or 26 in one of those lessons. I taught you that nun should get, if the nun or meme gets shadda on it, you know that W sign on top of the nun is called shadda in Arabic. People call it tashdid as well. Tashdid, shadda, same thing. So if the tashdid or shadda comes on top of a nun or a meme, then you have to do a gunna. What is gunna? Gunna means you delay the sound of the nun. Yeah, you make a nasal sound on it. So you will say janna, jan. You see, dan, the n sound that is called gunna. Okay, if anybody asks you what is gunna, you know how to do it. Okay. وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا. Okay, now question is, why are you reading fa? Why can't you say alfaf? Like the other ones, you said khawf, ahad, rajim. You made the last letter sakin. Here, why didn't you do that? My friend, there is a rule here. The rule is, if there is the last letter has two fatha, the sentence, yeah, there is a sentence, yeah, let's say, and on that sentence, the last letter of the sentence where you want to stop, on that letter, there is two fatha. Then what do? You read one fatha and you stretch it instead of another fatha. So you will read it al-fa-fa and then you will stretch it fa. So you're stretching it. So instead of reading al-faf or al-fa-fan, you will read al-fa-fa. How will you stop? You will stop as وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا. Okay, make sure you remember that. You cannot stop al-faf. Don't even try. It will be wrong. Okay, you cannot stop as al-fafan as well. It will be wrong for you. Okay, so you will only stop is al-fafa. Okay, now let's say it 3 times. Repeat after me, please. وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا. Okay, we've done three times. Now move on to next one. إِذَا حَسَدَ. It says حَسَدَ. But how will you stop? If you remember sentence number 1, sentence number 2, sentence number 3. Sentence number 4 doesn't apply here because sentence number 4 has 2 fathas. So that rule doesn't apply here. But first sentence definitely applies because first sentence last letter was mim. Mim got single haraka. Hasada got single haraka. So whatever you did to the mim, the hasada, you will do the same thing to the dal. Means make it sakin. So you will say إِذَا حَسَدَ. إِذَا حَسَدَ. Dal becomes sakin. You will not say hasada. Okay? Why are you doing that? Because you're stopping on it. There is a stop next to it. إِذَا حَسَدَ. Okay, next one. لِمَا يُرِيدُ. Okay, sorry. We didn't read إِذَا حَسَدَ 3 times. Okay, say with me. إِذَا حَسَدَ. 1. Second time. إِذَا حَسَدَ. Last time. إِذَا حَسَدَ. Good, that sentence is done. Okay, lima yurid now. Lima yurid is actually lima yuridu. But if you stop, dal becomes sakin. So let's say it. لما يريد لما يريد لما يريد. 3 times down. Wherever I'm making mad means stretching. Wherever I'm doing the stretching, make sure you do the stretching as well. It's a must for you. Okay? You won't know the rule right now, but you will learn the rule once you grow up a little bit more and you get more deep in tajweed. You will know what's the rule there and why are you doing it like this. That time you will know that is right, exactly what you're doing. Okay? So make sure you follow my way, how I'm doing it. Okay, next sentence. بأصحاب الفيل. It's actually فيلي. بأصحاب الفيل. But you can't say فيلي because the same rule of the first sentence applies here. جيمي فيلي. Okay? So it's got kasra there. So that means it becomes sakin. So make it sakin. So you will say بأصحاب الفيل. بأصحاب الفيل. Third time and last time of this sentence. بأصحاب الفيل. Done? Okay, try not to be confused with the sad and ha. You looking at the sad. Sad is on top of the ha. So a joins to the sad. And that standing fatha is for the ha. Okay? Okay, and sentence carries on. Bi ashabi carries on with the feeli. Okay, that's part of one sentence. It's from Surah Fil. Okay, there is a surah called Suratul Fil, and this is the sentence from there. All these sentences from Quran, by the way. So make sure you be respectful to the sentences. And when you're reading these, make sure you have wudu. And when you're touching it, you're touching it with wudu. Okay, because these are part of the Quran. And what I do, children, when they start coming to lesson 28, 29. That time I start teaching them wudu. Why? Because 28 to 29 onwards is all of them are sentences of the Quran. When there's words can be matching to the language. Okay, so some words can be brought from the Quran, but it's same word in language as well. So that time it's because of little bit mixing of a word in language and word in Quran. That time we don't emphasize too much of wudu, because there is a little bit of a mixed understanding. If it's used as a language, then it's fine. Without wudu, you can touch it. But when it comes to Quran, for example, if it's an exact sentence of the Quran, then you know it's Quran. It's not a sentence said by someone else. It's said by Allah. So when a sentence said by Allah, that needs wudu. You need to touch it with wudu. You need to read it with respect. Okay, and also, sometimes we give the book to the kids, and kids they put it on the floor and step on it. We have to be careful when it comes to lesson 29, 28, 29, 30, 31. These pages should be respected and children shouldn't step on it. Be careful, because these are the exact sentences of the Quran. And if this happens because of our laziness or lack of attention, then we will be sinful for that, because we will count it as disrespecting to the Quran or disrespecting the Quran, and that should not happen. Okay, inshallah. Okay, carry on. Let's move on to after Ashabil Fil. Let's see what's next. Okay, here this sentence is from Surah Lahab, Surah Tabbat Yada. Okay, let's look at it. Abi Lahabin wa Tab. Abi Lahabin wa Tab. Okay, you're probably thinking, what's happening, Sheikh? Why is it so much strength on the watab? And why is it so difficult? Let me explain to you. This watabba, the ba is a letter of qalqala. Okay, you won't understand what is qalqala at this moment. But just think it's some rule of the tajweed. And qalqala tells you that if it's qalqala's letters come, you have to bounce it. Okay, now if it's a single letter, you bounce on it. But if it's got shadda on it, then it becomes double the bouncing. Means it becomes hard sound. And that's what tajweed tells you. So this is one of the example from the Quran has been taken, the qalqala kubra. Okay, it's strong qalqala on it. So what you will do, you will read it watab. So when you say watab, you will hold the lips together, closed for a second, and then you will release it, and it should sound like as if a ball you threw the ball on the wall and making a big loud sound like that, and that is qalqala. Qalqala means bouncing, qalqala means echoing, so sounds echoes, okay, after he gets hit. Okay, so let's say the sentence with me. Abi lahabin wa tabb. Second time. Abi lahabin wa tabb. Third time and last. Abi lahabin wa tabb. Next sentence. Liman khashiya rabbah. Liman khashiya rabbah. Okay, you're probably thinking it's rabbahu. Then why are you saying rabbah? What do you do to this who? You make it sakin as well. You make it sakin, so you say liman khashiya rabbah. Not liman khashiya. Don't do gunna on the noon. It's clear and it's called izhar, means without any gunna. So you will say liman khashiya rabbah. Okay, moving to next sentence. Lita'jala bih. Lita'jala bih. So it was bihi, but because of stopping, the ha becomes sakin. So you say lita'jala bih. Okay, next sentence. Innahu kana tawwaba. Tawwaba's rule same as alfafa. Remember? Wajannatin alfafa. The fourth sentence, which is same here. The alfafan got two fatha, tawwaban got two fatha. So the alfafan, whatever you did there, same rule will apply here. So just follow the similar things what I'm doing and copy it to the something what you're not finding here, but you will find it later in the Quran. The copy the style, inshallah, you will be right. Okay. So tawwaban. Tawwaban, same as it was alfafan. Alfafan to alfafa. So tawwaban will turn into tawwaba. Okay, so you will say with me. Innahu kana tawwaba. Second time. Innahu kana tawwaba. Last time. Innahu kana tawwaba. Next sentence. وَشَاهِدٍ وَمَشْهُودٍ. وَمَشْهُودٍ and khawfin. Look, khawfin got two kasra. Mean khawfin on the second line. Second sentence. Second line, second sentence, it says khawfin. And on the last line, it says mashhudin. So khawfin fa got two kasra, mashhudin got two kasra. So whatever rule you applied on the khawfin, same rule will apply on the mashhudin, because both of these letters, they got the same sort of symbol. So you will say وَشَاهِدٍ وَمَشْهُودٍ. Say with me. This sentence is from Surah Buruj. Surah Al-Buruj is one of the surah from Quran. وَشَاهِدٍ وَمَشْهُودٍ. Third time. وَشَاهِدٍ وَمَشْهُودٍ. Okay, next two sentences on the last line. These are a little bit tricky, but I will make it easy for you. Just be attentive. Minhum tuqatan. That's why it's written tuqatan. But what do you do with the tan? Tan is, you're probably thinking the tawwaban and alfafan rule will apply. No, my friend. Here it won't apply. You're probably thinking why? Over there you said if it's to fatha, then you do stretching. Then over here, how come? Over here there is something other rule came in it. What is that? You know that ta, tuqatan, the ta at the end. That ta is called ta marbuta. In Arabic we call it ta marbuta. In English you will call it round ta or circle ta. Whatever way you want to call it, no problem. So ta marbuta, it changes into a ha when you stop on it. Ta marbuta, always when you stop on it, doesn't matter what it has. It has a fatha, dhamma, kasra, fathatain, dhammatain, kasratain, or standing fatha, standing kasra, upside down dhamma, or whatever on it. It turns into a ha. So the ta turns into a ha, but the condition is the ta has to be ta marbuta. Ta marbuta. There are two different tas, by the way. Okay, you're probably thinking, why am I giving so much emphasis on the ta marbuta? Ta marbuta and ta maftuha. Ta maftuha means it's open ta. It's not round. And ta marbuta means round ta. So the condition is it has to be round ta. Then if you stop on a round ta, it turns into a ha. Okay, let's see how I say it. Minhum tuqah. See how I said it? I made it tuqah instead of tuqat or tuqata. I said tuqah. I've got a H sound at the end. So you will say like that. Minhum tuqah. Say it one last time. Minhum tuqah. Okay, last sentence of the page. Dhurriyatan tayyibah. Dhurriyatan tayyibah. Dhurriyatan tayyibah. Hopefully you have understood all the sentences, and if you need more time, then pause it, repeat it after me, pause it, repeat it after me, and eventually learn it. And I will say memorize it. Okay, especially for beginners and children, I request them to memorize these sentences, so these sentences can help them in reading Quran, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. May Allah reward you, may Allah accept your time, and may Allah give you the ability to be the best reciter of the Quran. Say Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. You will make dua for me, inshallah. You will like the video. If you have enjoyed learning with me, give a like, give a thumbs up, and share it with other students, whoever you think, their children or adult. If you think they are in need of learning Quran or they are interested in learning Quran, share it with them. Trust me, whole life they will read and you will get a reward because you shared it with them. They will read the Quran and you will get free rewards. So share it with the students of knowledge. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and comment if you think if there is anything that should be improved, or if there is anything that you liked or you need more help with. And make dua for me, for my family, for my children, for my parents, and for all my fellow Muslims, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Take care. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.